This is Gerardo Del Real with Resource Stock Digest. Joining me today is the CEO of the very, very popular, all of a sudden, overnight, T2 Metals, Mr. Mark Saxon. Mark, in the last month or so, you've become an overnight success after many, many years of being at it. I joke, of course. Gold is at 5,200. We're going to war. I don't know if we're going to war with Iran or at Iran, but we're definitely going to war. And it doesn't look like our deficits here in the US or globally are going down anytime soon, which likely means higher gold and silver prices. Silver up some 5% today, gold up over 5,200. And you just acquired one of the most prospective gold silver projects in the Yukon from none other than Mr. Sean Ryan, who we had the good pleasure of interviewing here about 2 weeks ago, the Aurora Gold-Silver Project, which has had some spectacular hits and is just 10 kilometers east of Prospector Metals ML project. I would love for you to provide the context on what went into getting this project, some of the past results, and then we can get into what comes next, right?
Thanks, Gerardo, for that great introduction. Really appreciate it, and you make me feel like a 30-year-old again with that overnight success comment. So I wish I could say I had a bit of grey hair, but no hair, unfortunately. Yeah, it's been a great project. And on our last call, we spoke with Sean himself about the work he's done in the Yukon, and like really, we're stepping into Sean and his wife Kathy's boots here to take over this project, and it's one he's held for a long time. It's had Golden Predator there in the past with Sean's ownership, but that was 16 or more years ago, and so really this project has seen no exploration in gold prices that look anything like today. So yeah, extremely exciting project. Sean's rigor, I suppose, in exploring in the Yukon is better than essentially every geologist I've ever worked with, and most mining companies. His ability to take a sample and have complete trust in that sample that represents the ground and the location it's been taken from is like nothing else. And so that's unlocked this project, and this has unlocked other projects in the region where he has made some really amazing discoveries. So yeah, all I can say is thank you to Sean for his support, and we're looking forward to working together on this one.
No, listen, let me go over here some of the project highlights, right? Some of the past results from 2009. 4.9 meters of 12.45 grams per ton gold, 3.4 meters of 24.45 grams per ton gold, 3.2 meters of 25 grams per ton gold. I could go on, but clearly, the potential here for one of the more exciting exploration stories in the Yukon in 2026 is developing quickly with these last two acquisitions, right? We had the Shanghai project, which I'm very excited about, and that was just a month or so ago that you got some samples from that, and now you acquired this one here. What comes next? How do we unlock the value, and more importantly, when do we see the drill bit start turning?
Yeah, I guess what we can look at with Aurora is our nearest neighbour with this project is Prospective Metals with their ML discovery, which was sort of made in the second half of last year. And ML, when it was previously explored, it had the name of Mike Lake, and it had a number of drill holes in sort of part of the project, and that had discovered a skarn area that had okay mineralisation, nothing too exciting. Prospective Metals came back in. They did sort of a slightly more regional view. Again, it was quite a large landholding, and they followed up on some of the other targets and drilled some spectacular results in the last kind of 6 months. And so there was a 44 meters at 13 grams of gold drilled by Prospective Metals. I think it was in October, and that really unlocked that project. And so we're sitting about 10 kilometers from Prospective Metals. There's a current moratorium on staking land in that area. So our claims through Sean and the prospector claims predate that moratorium. So nobody can stake in between us. We've got everything that we own and they own, and nobody can stake around us. And so what we're seeing at our project at Aurora is a similar collection of past work. So there's an area with a skarn with some high grade copper. There's an area with some AJ, which had those really great gold hits from about 15 years ago. Then there's a collection of other areas that have just had rock chip sampling, and there's a whole collection of rock chips that are plus 100 grams of gold that are completely undrilled and no one's been back to for 20 years. So we are absolutely sport for choice on this project. It's a large project. It's got gold over a 10-kilometer strike length that sits sort of around the margin of an intrusion, and that's really the key part of exploration in this region, is what they call the tombstone age intrusions. And those mid-Cretaceous tombstone-owned intrusions are where the sort of gold comes in and passes into the surrounding rocks. And so we've got all of that surrounding rock area that we have to explore. So multiple targets, different styles, some skarn mineralization, potentially some porphyry mineralization, and then gold in layered vein intrusions as well. So it's an amazing project, and we're looking forward to exploring it. You asked the question about drilling. We can say it's kind of drill ready, and so we're now sort of building towards that program. Obviously need a bit more money in the bank, and that's part of what we're doing at PDAC and onwards for the next few weeks. But we see ourselves drilling. It'll be summer drilling, let's call it that. The area is not crazy remote. The closest point to a good road access is 2 kilometres. So that's called the Dempster Highway, which is the road that goes sort of north up to the north coast of Canada. And we're about 60 kilometres from Dawson City, which is a really great base to be located in, a good old mining town. So we're not crazy remote. We will need some helicopter support, but it's not going to be a tough project for us to work in the summer.
No, listen, I couldn't be more excited. Summer comes quick. I know there's a lot of work to be done between now and then on multiple projects. Look, good work, Mark. I know you're at PDAC. I suspect you're going to be incredibly busy. You have a lot of new shareholders, a lot of new eyes on the story. You've had a decent run up here over the past month or so on the back of the news that you've been able to produce. Can you just remind the good folks out there how tiny the market cap remains?
Yes, so we're about 25 million market cap at the moment. So we're still less than 50 million shares outstanding. So I think we're 47 million shares outstanding at the moment, and so really tightly held. We've got some institutions in there. We've got some great shareholders out of the US. I'm the largest shareholder in the company, including my family. This is a great story that has a long way to go, and we can see in the Yukon there's been a number of really good discovery stories, which would be including Sitka and Snowline and Prospector Metals and Banyan, all getting really good value in this market because the Yukon was underdone. It was a place where people had been drill adverse. People would come in, drill 2 holes and hope for a lucky hit. But now we've got enough money coming in and real discoveries are being made, and they're being amazingly well rewarded with when the drill bit gets turning. And I'm sure T2 will be the same on these projects that we're working with Sean on.
Well, a lot of runway between a $25 million market cap and what some of those other companies, albeit more advanced companies, post-discovery are fetching right now. Excited for 2026. Mark, thank you for your time. Have a great PDAC.
Thanks, Gerardo. All right, we'll chat soon.
Hey everybody, Gerardo Del Real here. If you're enjoying the content that you just saw, you can let us know in 3 simple steps. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and please share across your network and on social media. Take care, everybody.